Hi guys, welcome back to my talk show. I'm your host Aquarius, and boy do I have the book for you today. But before we get into the show, I would like to thank our sponsors, Nescafe and Signet Classics. So, let's get into the show, shall we? Recently, a classic book has reappeared onto the surface of top-selling charts. This classic was written by no one other than H.G. Wells. And you might have guessed this book by now, and you're absolutely correct. It's The War of the Worlds. So, The War of the Worlds is basically a book that is about the survival of an alien invasion. And for real, after reading this book, I really thought there were life on Mars. But yeah, this book is based on, a fake idea and it's not really real. But the experience and joy you get from this book is 100% real. Well, now, before you go off to buy your own book, I need to give you a little more insight about it. So I've invited no one other than, H.G. Wells to come here and talk a little more about it. So with further ado, please welcome H.G. Wells. Thank you everyone. So before we get into the interview, I would just like to tell you Mr. Wells has a book signing for this book at the White House. So he won't be here for a long time. So Mr. Wells, congratulations on your book, War of the Worlds. Could you give us a brief description on what this book is about? I mean, I would, but I can't just spoil such a marvelous book. Well, thank you, DeQuavis. It is really an honor to be here on your show. So, to get more into this book, I really wanted to further propose the possibility of a life on another planet. The strange thing about this concept is that being the only superior life is as scary as not being the only superior life form. And this story really lets the reader imagine what they want and, come up with their own verdict of what an alien is and how it might look. That's very interesting. So, Mr. Wells, what made you write about aliens? Like, isn't that such a vague and untouched topic? How did you do your research on it? Of this book, I wrote it completely using my imagination. I feel like when I use my own imagination and connect it to such scientific theories, I let the reader develop more curiosity while reading. Like those other Harry Potter books or whatever, I'm pretty sure those authors, they also keep that monetary gain in mind. But while writing this book, I just wrote it out of passion and, out of love for it, the possibility of there might be aliens. Could you give me 1 second? I think it's Navraj Goria just calling me for a copy of this book. Just 1 second. Sorry about that. Yo, fam, what's good? I'll send you a, OVO cover copy of the book by tonight. I'm kind of busy right now still. Alright, later, fam. Navraj, wow. Everyone is on this trend. Even for me, when I read this book, I had such a pleasure. I cherished every second of it. Before you go, Mr. Wells, could you just tell us a little more about your book? Yeah, sure. So The War of the Worlds is a science fiction classic, and I think one of the first ones to ever propose the possibility of intelligent life on other planets. And this book has enthralled readers for generations. This is a compelling tale that describes the Martian invasion on Earth. When huge, tireless creatures land in England, complete chaos erupts. Using their fiery rays and crushing strength, the aliens may just succeed in silencing the opposition, which is humanity. But a timeless view of the universe turns upside down. The War of the Worlds is an ingenious and imaginative look into the possibilities of the future and secrets that are yet to be revealed. I hope all those adults and teens enjoy my book and have an unforgettable experience reading it. Thank you so much, Mr. Wells, for being here today and giving us an insight on your book. Once we return from this short break, we will see what some of you guys have to say about this book.
Yes! Lightning McQueen here, and I use Rusty's medicated bumper ointment, new rear end formula. Nothing sues a rusty bumper like Rusty's. Wow, look at that shine. Use Rusty's, and you too can look like me. Good check.
Well, welcome back. Mr. Wells was kind enough to sign some of these books. And when you enter the code MANDEM at www.signetclassics.com, you can receive 25% off on this War of the Worlds books. And on top of that, 10% of the proceeds from this book will also be donated to the Sick Kids Foundation. I mean, isn't that a win-win? You get such an amazing book, and you also get to donate to such an amazing foundation. Man, you can't miss out on this offer. And if you're still not convinced, don't worry. Here's a testimonial from an average grade 9 student who is just like you guys. Let's see how he enjoyed the book. Yo, what's up? Yo, what's good, my G? This book over here, War of the Worlds, this book, man, it changed my life. I know it sounds whack, but like I used to be the least creative and imaginative person you could know. I couldn't think outside the box, man. But this book, it really opened my eyes to creativity and imagination. Bro, this book actually gave me the drip at school. Bro, this book helped me find my inner imagination, and by being imagination that was being locked up inside me. It's crazy how this book helped me. Well, thanks for that wonderful and emotional testimonial, bro. But wait, you're still not convinced? You know what? Let me just call up my friend Aubrey Graham. Let's see what he has to say about this book. Yo, what's good, Drake? EXO vibes, alive? Yo, you remember reading that saucy book the other day? Oh yeah, that one. Wasn't it? It had a lot of drip, didn't it? Could you give the viewers your opinion on that book?
Book was straight flames. Like the creativity and thought put in was so amazing. The way the aliens and the technology were described and introduced really got me dragged in. Even though tech ain't my stuff, I ain't that much of a techie guy. But I read this book nonstop, and at parts it even got me in my feelings. This book is way too good, fam, and I'm not surprised it is on the headlines everywhere. I mean, it has the romantic part, the sci-fi part, it has everything, man. Anyone can read it, honestly.
Come on, even after that you're not convinced? That's just whack. Just to prove to you how amazing this book is, I would now like to call Amo Stark, the multi-billionaire and tycoon. Please welcome Amo Stark. Thank you for being here today. Yo, thanks for having me, DeQuavis. I'm usually in kind of a hurry, I gotta be flipping bags, I got the bag, you got the bag, you fumble it, I got the bag, you tumble it type vibes. But I'm here and I'm actually gonna be serious about this book. War of the Worlds is such an amazing book. It's because of this book that I actually got to become a businessman. This book really unleashed the creativity within me. If you don't plan on reading this book or haven't read this book yet, you literally live under a rock. This is one of the best books, not only by H.G. Wells, but by the entire humanity. I mean, like, 99% of the people that read this, their IQ just goes up. Trust me, it's a scientific fact. You know, this book means a lot to me, and I feel like if you guys would read this too, it would mean a lot to you too. Thanks to Quavis for having me here. I couldn't have said it any better, my man. Thanks for taking out time from your busy schedule to be here today. And on that note, thank you for tuning in. And don't forget to type code MANDEM at signetclassics.com to get 25% off on your order, and as well as donate 10% of those proceedings to Sick Kids Foundation. Thank you for tuning in, and continue reading.
That's all, folks.